Welcome to our deep dive into the evolving trade and economic relations between Mongolia and Russia. Over the past 3 decades, these two neighboring countries have experienced significant changes in their economic partnership. Once closely linked by history and mutual cooperation, their trade dynamics have shifted dramatically in response to global economic trends. Today we'll explore how Mongolia and Russia are adapting to these changes, the challenges they face, and the opportunities that lie ahead. Let's begin by understanding the historical context and the current state of their economic ties, setting the stage for a comprehensive analysis of their future prospects. Much of the 20th century, Mongolia and Russia maintained a robust economic relationship, with Russia serving as Mongolia's primary trading partner. This partnership was built on decades of political alliance and economic cooperation, resulting in strong trade flows and joint projects. However, as global markets opened and Mongolia diversified its foreign relations, the share of Russian trade in Mongolia's overall foreign trade turnover began to decline. This historical perspective is crucial for understanding the shifts that have occurred in recent years and the factors that continue to influence bilateral trade today. Despite a rich history of cooperation, the past 32 years have seen a significant decrease in Russia's share of Mongolia's foreign trade. This decline is attributed to Mongolia's efforts to diversify its trading partners and integrate more deeply into the global economy. While Russia remains an important neighbor, its influence over Mongolia's trade has waned, making way for new players and shifting the balance of economic power in the region. Understanding this trend is key to grasping the current challenges and opportunities facing both countries. Structure of trade between Mongolia and Russia has also evolved. Previously, the exchange of goods was dominated by a limited range of commodities. Today, the variety and value of trade goods have changed, reflecting broader economic trends and the growing complexity of both economies. This shift has implications for the types of industries that benefit from bilateral trade and the strategies both countries must adopt to remain competitive in the global market. Mongolia's total export volume has grown. Only a small portion of its goods are destined for the Russian market. Instead, countries like China, Switzerland, Singapore, and the Republic of Korea have become the main importers of Mongolian products. This shift highlights Mongolia's increasing integration into the broader Asian and global economies, and underscores the need for Russia to adapt its approach if it wishes to remain a significant trading partner. Despite the potential for growth, several barriers hinder the expansion of trade between Mongolia and Russia. These include both tariff and non-tariff obstacles, such as customs regulations, technical standards, and logistical challenges. Addressing these barriers is essential for unlocking new opportunities and ensuring that both countries can benefit from closer economic cooperation in the future. One promising direction for expanding bilateral trade is the creation of free trade zones along the Mongolia-Russia border. These zones would facilitate the movement of goods, reduce costs, and encourage investment from both sides. By streamlining customs procedures and offering incentives to businesses, free trade zones could become engines of economic growth and regional integration. Major joint energy and infrastructure projects are seen as key to increasing the volume of trade between Mongolia and Russia. These include the construction of pipelines, power plants, and transportation networks that would link the two countries more closely. Such projects not only create jobs and stimulate investment, but also lay the groundwork for long-term economic cooperation and stability. Developing cross-border and regional cooperation is another important strategy for strengthening Mongolia-Russia economic ties. By working together on shared challenges and opportunities, both countries can leverage their geographic proximity and complementary resources. This approach fosters trust, encourages innovation, and helps build a more resilient regional economy. Industrial cooperation offers significant potential for both Mongolia and Russia. By collaborating on manufacturing, processing, and value-added industries, the two countries can create new jobs, increase exports, and diversify their economies. Joint ventures and technology transfer are key components of this strategy, enabling both sides to benefit from shared expertise and investment. Mongolia is rich in mineral resources, and joint exploration and development with Russia could unlock significant economic value. By pooling resources and expertise, both countries can maximize the benefits of mining and resource extraction, while also ensuring that environmental and social standards are maintained. This cooperation is vital for the sustainable growth of both economies. Chinese-led One Belt, One Road initiative presents new opportunities for Mongolia and Russia to expand their trade and infrastructure links. By participating in this ambitious project, both countries can access new markets, attract investment, and improve connectivity across the region. The initiative also encourages collaboration on large-scale infrastructure projects, further strengthening economic ties. Accelerating the implementation of planned megaprojects in infrastructure and industry is a top priority for Mongolia and Russia. These projects, such as pipelines, refineries, and power plants, have the potential to transform the economic landscape of both countries. By streamlining decision-making and securing funding, both sides can ensure that these projects are completed on time and deliver maximum benefits. Among the most ambitious projects under consideration are the construction of gas and oil pipelines from Russia to China via Mongolia. These pipelines would not only boost trade and energy security, but also generate significant revenue for Mongolia through transit fees and related investments. The success of these projects depends on careful planning, international cooperation, and effective risk management. Plans for an oil refinery and natural gas-powered thermal power plants are also in the works. These facilities would help Mongolia add value to its natural resources, reduce dependence on imports, and create new jobs. For Russia, these projects represent opportunities to expand its energy exports and deepen its economic ties with Mongolia. Clear and transparent regulatory framework is essential for the success of joint projects. By establishing consistent rules and involving all stakeholders in the decision-making process, Mongolia and Russia can build trust and attract investment. This approach also helps to minimize risks and ensure that projects are completed efficiently and sustainably. Investing in educational programs to develop the necessary skills and experience among specialists is another critical step. By building a skilled workforce, both countries can ensure that their joint projects are managed effectively and deliver lasting benefits. This investment in human capital is a cornerstone of sustainable economic development. Ensuring sufficient funding for major projects is a constant challenge. Mongolia and Russia are exploring alternative sources of finance, including crowdfunding, green bonds, and private investment. By diversifying their funding sources, both countries can reduce financial risks and accelerate the implementation of key initiatives. Effective project management and the application of best risk management practices are essential for the success of large-scale initiatives. By adopting international standards and learning from past experiences, Mongolia and Russia can minimize delays, control costs, and ensure that their projects deliver the intended benefits. Mongolia's agricultural sector offers new opportunities for trade with Russia. Recent agreements allow Mongolia to supply hundreds of types of agricultural products to the Russian market without duties. This development could help diversify Mongolia's exports and strengthen its economic ties with Russia, especially in food and livestock sectors. Recent statistical data from Mongolia's national agencies highlight the evolving nature of its trade with Russia. While overall trade volumes fluctuate, the long-term trend shows a gradual shift toward greater diversification and integration with global markets. These statistics provide valuable insights into the effectiveness of current policies and the areas where further improvement is needed. Efficient customs procedures and modern logistics are vital for facilitating trade between Mongolia and Russia. Both countries are investing in new technologies and infrastructure to streamline border crossings and reduce delays. These improvements are expected to lower costs, increase trade volumes, and make the region more attractive to international investors. Railway projects are a cornerstone of Mongolia's strategy to enhance connectivity with Russia and other neighbors. New rail lines and upgrades to existing infrastructure are designed to facilitate the movement of goods, reduce transportation costs, and support regional economic integration. These investments are crucial for the long-term success of Mongolia's trade ambitions. China-Mongolia-Russia Economic Corridor is a flagship initiative aimed at boosting trade and connectivity across the region. By linking the three countries through infrastructure, logistics, and policy coordination, the corridor promises to create new opportunities for businesses and foster economic growth throughout Northeast Asia. Mongolia's Vision 2050 long-term development policy outlines ambitious goals for economic growth, diversification, and international cooperation. By aligning its trade and investment strategies with this vision, Mongolia aims to become a more competitive and prosperous nation, with Russia playing a key role as a strategic partner. Recent changes to tax codes and regulatory frameworks in both Mongolia and Russia are designed to encourage investment and facilitate trade. By simplifying procedures and offering incentives, both countries hope to attract more businesses and strengthen their economic partnership for the future. Mongolia and Russia face increasing competition from other countries in the region, particularly China and South Korea. To remain competitive, both must innovate, invest in new technologies, and adapt to changing market conditions. This competitive environment drives both countries to pursue closer cooperation and continuous improvement. Sustainable development is a priority for both Mongolia and Russia. As they pursue large-scale infrastructure and industrial projects, environmental protection and responsible resource management are essential. By adopting green technologies and adhering to international standards, both countries can ensure that economic growth does not come at the expense of the environment. Looking ahead, the future of Mongolia-Russia trade and economic relations will depend on their ability to adapt to global trends, overcome challenges, and seize new opportunities. By working together on strategic projects, investing in human capital, and fostering innovation, both countries can build a more prosperous and resilient partnership. Conclusion: the trade and economic relationship between Mongolia and Russia is at a crossroads. While historical ties remain strong, both countries must navigate a rapidly changing global economy and embrace new approaches to cooperation. By focusing on shared interests, investing in key sectors, and maintaining open dialogue, Mongolia and Russia can ensure that their partnership continues to thrive in the years to come.